Okay, what's good, everybody? I want to wait until, enough people come in so that I can start this. And I am going to be as respectful as I can when doing a stream like this because it can be pretty touchy or sensitive to certain people. So I'm going to just go right ahead and, say what's on my heart. Hold on, because people just continue to text after I already said I was live. Anyway, okay, so Queen posted this, as you can see, on the 5th, right? It says, I wonder how many girls and women are still scared from being sexually molested by family members because no one believed them or because they were too scared to tell, right? All right, so when I saw this, I'm like, damn. It made me think about when I did that video when Queen's ex-best friends were saying that she told them that she was molested and nobody was doing anything about it. And she said that it was her stepfather, her stepdaddy. I'm going to play the video for y'all so that I can get to what I'm trying to say, okay? So I'm going to play a little clip. I got everything in order. So let me go ahead and, hold on, X out of here. Give me a second, guys. I see that y'all still coming up in here. All right, so these are short clips. Don't worry. This is actually from my video. Okay, no one has anything with her saying that they were lying. So that's what this thing is about right here. It's about much more, but I thought that I would figure if he didn't do anything, Queen would come out, make a video, and let everybody know something like that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, here's the clip. And I wanted to know if it was true for many reasons.
I remember Queen calling me talking about she thought she just had a miscarriage and she was bleeding everywhere. I remember her telling me about her stepdaddy putting his fucking hands on her in sexual ways. Like, it's just, I remember so much shit that she told me. And for her to sit here and say I was never a friend, I kept them secrets.
All right. So she's saying that she kept secrets like that. And of course, we know that she was not the only friend, hold up, who said that Queen said things like that about her stepfather. So I seen a video of Ms.Reeva. And mind you, I reached out to a couple of people to try to get an answer before doing this video. And the video was called Feeling Some Type of Way About My Ex, right? And of course, y'all always send me stuff. I don't mind what y'all send me. It's all good. I checked it out. And there was a clip in there. I didn't even mean to show her picture just now, just to, I guess when she say keep her off my channel, I'm pretty much, she probably mean audio too. But this is important. So this is what she said about her ex.
And as a friend, I'm thankful to say that even though I may not be with my ex-husband, I'm thankful to say that he's a good friend.
Okay. So when she says she's thankful to say he's a good friend, I was just like, I don't know. I started thinking so much stuff. Like, I'm going to push her story to the side for a second to talk to all of the young people, or if you grown now and something happened to you sexually, something like this when you were a child and nobody was there for you. When you hear that the person who is supposed to protect you has became good friends with the person who hurt you, you're never going to be able to heal. Okay? And I'm speaking in general right now because this goes on especially a lot in the black community where children are being molested, male and female, and nobody stands up for them. And then eventually they end up seeing the same person coming around their family as if they never did anything wrong. Or there are times when parents just don't believe you, like what Queen said on Instagram. They're either scared to speak up or they're afraid nobody gonna believe them, depending on who the person is too. Sometimes the family might have so much love for the person that you feel like if you say something, they're just going to think you're lying. So you might as well keep it to yourself. Sometimes children are threatened by the molester. They're telling them, if you tell, I'm going to kill you or hurt your family members, blah, blah, blah. Any children or any young people who come across my channel and come across this video, I want you to know that if someone threatens you, you need to not ever believe them, because once you tell a trusting adult, they will be dealt with by law enforcement. The police will come and lock them up. There's no way they can hurt you after that. Okay? So please don't believe them if they come across telling you, because that just seems to be what's going on. And do you guys have any idea how many messages I get from molested people who are victims of this? Is really sad because as an adult, they're still trying to heal. Okay? In order to heal, I can give y'all that too. Because this is from anything that you were traumatized by as a child, especially people who are grown and have their own families now. You have to heal yourself. You have to heal your spirit. You can't look for somebody else to do it. And if someone close to you is friends with the person who hurt you, you know, the person that's supposed to protect you, like your mother or your father, it's a chance you might cut them off. You might have to cut off that energy because it's never going to be healthy for you. Every time you look at that person, you're going to look at them as someone who did not protect you. You know what I'm saying? I just found this to be crazy. And I was even asking people, hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay. So I was asking people, was this her only husband? Because I was like, okay, is she talking about this person being a good friend? Is this the only ex husband she had? I was trying to see if this is the guy Queen was allegedly talking about. Because that would be really crazy. Because, you know, in Christianity and most religions, they teach you to forgive. And you are supposed to forgive people, especially for yourself, so that you can go on with your life, so that you can feel good. But the thing is, never will you be friends with somebody who hurt your child. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Um, hold on, let me see something real quick. Who just said that? Deuce. Yeah, I saw that. Matter of fact, let me show it to y'all. Cause someone wrote it in the comments. It says, hold up. Okay, someone said she's divorced, and someone said yes a while ago. Tina and Terrell's father. So I was asking, was that her only husband, to try to see if this is the person tied to that story. I think that story should be. I think that Queen should really speak out about it, especially after seeing her tweet. After seeing her tweet that out, that was like, why would that be on her mind? I'm not saying you. Just why would it be on her mind? I wonder how many girls and women are still scared from being sexually molested by family members because no one believed them or because they were too scared to tell. Look at those numbers. And mind you, this is just Queen posting it. Imagine the numbers are higher than that, you know, because people are ashamed. They don't want to speak about it. They don't want people looking at them a certain way or whatever the reason is. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there, especially for young people. Do not believe somebody is going to hurt you just because they say they're going to hurt you if you tell. If you tell an adult that you trust that's going to help you, they're going to look out for you. Even if it's sometime a teacher, then you know that person is going to jail and they cannot hurt you. And for some reason, we need more parents to tell their children these things. Tell them. If somebody threatens to hurt you, they do something to you and they threaten me, come tell me immediately. Okay? It's not enough trust in the household most times because I'm going to speak on the black community because that's what I know. So a lot of black mothers want to hit their children and beat on them instead of really communicating with them when something goes wrong. So that makes your child afraid to come to you with important things. They don't know how you're going to take it. You know, that's why people get called a liar. Who would lie about something like that? You feel what I'm saying? We have to build more trust between the parent and the child. Make them comfortable to come to you with anything so that you're never left in the dark. Because the worst thing possible is for the child to grow up and then tell you what happened to them as a kid, and then you're going to feel some way because you were not there to protect them. And the reason for them not telling you is because they were scared of you. You are the mother, the nurturer, the teacher, the chef. Like you are everything to this child. Everything. So they should not fear you. They should respect you. It's a difference. Y'all got to know the difference. It's a thin line. Y'all got to know. You could still be friends with your child and you could still be mother or father first. Okay? Like you hear people say, I ain't no friends. Like I'm a mother. I'm not friends with my kid. Well, you should be. You gave birth to your child. You should want them to be able to come to you with anything. This just goes on too much, man. You come across this video and you want to talk about your story, feel free to go ahead and talk about it in the comments. I'm pretty sure everyone can give advice to each other. You may get some clarity. You know what I'm saying? But you have to go and get that yourself. This right here is just crazy to me. I'm really like wanting Queen to actually open up and talk about this because if it's true, she will help so many girls and boys, adults. Like she will help so many people if this is a secret of hers or something that she's ashamed of. You should not don't be ashamed of it because of how many people you're gonna help. Look at the numbers right there. Look. Someone just said I stopped talking about it because my therapist didn't believe me. Let me tell y'all something about that as well. When you go to a therapist, try to go on your own and not let your parent or somebody go with you. Okay, depending on what kind of parents you got, because once that parent goes and talks to the therapist, they're going to look at you a certain way, which is very unprofessional. Very, very. So, what's your name? Let me see. The person who said that, Ramsey, I'm so sorry that you got a bad therapist. That was not professional at all. They were going off of whatever someone told them to look at you that way instead of listening to you. That's why I don't like, I call them walking books. They haven't been through anything. They just go to school, get a degree, and come in here and write down your thoughts and repeat them back to you. And, it's not real. It's not real. They haven't been through anything, you know? Your name is Danae. That's a beautiful name. Hi, Danae. That's what's up. That's what's up. I understand what you mean by that, girl. I live with the pain and I'm 35. See what I mean? Like, this is where you have to realize your choices and decision and the power of thought. Just to have a thought. When okay, how can I put this in a simple way? Try not to put your energy into thoughts that make you feel bad. If something happened to you as a child, the best thing for you to do is now protect your children and make sure it does not happen to them. And when you feel that thought coming on, you have to look at the situation and the environment that you're in at the time and find out what triggers that thought so that you can stay away from it. Most of the time is energies of people, certain people. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be careful of the energies that you allow in your life that remind you of that as well. Oh my goodness. So you saying 35 and still suffering with it. I really hope that you get better as soon as possible and choose your thoughts wisely. Do not entertain any thoughts that are bad for you, that are not healthy for you. Please, when that thought is coming, go and do something else that makes you happy. Turn on a song that makes you happy and start singing. Go talk to one of the children. They make you laugh. Go take a walk. You can easily walk out the door and go right outside and just start walking. Don't even plan to go anywhere. Just walk because fresh air does wonders. And looking at nature being so beautiful. Go to the park and just read. It's a lot of things you can do to change your mind. But let me tell y'all something. Some of these people live with like a type of guilt. So when the thought comes on, they feel like they deserve it. It's really mental abuse being done by you. And I'm being raw with it because it's the truth. It's mental abuse. And it makes you have to think about, why would I deserve this mental abuse? As I take this thought and put my energy into it and start crying and getting on this low frequency when I had a choice to change my mind and think of something else right in that moment. You have to be careful of that. When you're in that moment, you have to get out of that moment. And there are millions of things to do to get right out of that moment. And then that thought will be past and gone before you know it. But yeah, eventually it becomes something natural and you're not trying anymore. You just automatically brush it to the side and bury it. And before I get off this topic, let me say this too. Write down what happened to you. Write it down on a piece of paper. Take it outside, say a prayer, and burn it. That's one way to try to get rid of those thoughts. Another way is to bury it. But in your mind, you have to know that it's gone. You have to like program yourself. You really have to brainwash yourself into believing it's gone. I buried it. It's dead. I can't think of it no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are many different techniques you can use, but don't abuse yourself because you don't deserve that. Don't mentally abuse yourself by giving your energy to thoughts that don't serve you, that are not helping you or making you happy. So let me see what some of y'all comments are. Oh, wow. Protecting my children from my family makes me happy. Knowing my kids don't have to go through what I experienced in my child life. Queen Cher, I think that's how you say it. Salute to you. That is wonderful. That's great. Like, we're supposed to learn lessons from this, you know? Like, if you were put in a situation as a child, you know automatically not to ever have your children in that. And that alone should make you feel better. Um, okay, Mr. Plug said, Mama Lester is no longer here. She got killed by the cops a few years ago. Wow, what a way to receive karma. And I say that because you never know how many victims there was, you know? Wow. And then, guys, please don't forget about the little boys. Because all you really hear about is little girls that were touched as a child. And little boys were too, okay? Teenage boys, who was taken advantage of. Just because they have masculine energy does not mean they don't need our protection and love just as much as the little girls. So for people who have a son and you let him go over everybody's house because he's a boy, it's a lot of people with that mind frame. Don't think like that. Because yes, there are women and male and female predators out there, okay? So watch both of your children equally and teach them both to come to you if anybody ever hurts you, anybody ever do anything wrong to you, no matter what threat they told you, whatever they said they would do to me. I'm telling y'all, let them children know. Let them children know, and they will come to you. Um, Boys have it worse sometimes. Mr. Okay, Mrs. J. Henderson said boys have it worse sometimes. And they do because they have it really bad because of the masculine energy. People don't expect them to say that they've been molested by a female because they're supposed to be men. Y'all gotta get out of that. Because once a male can express what happened to him, he can really move on with his life. He has to release that energy just like a female would have to release that energy. You have to get it out in order to feel better. When you hold things like that are toxic inside, what is it going to do inside your body besides attack your cells and make you sick? Stress causes sickness, right? So you have to find that person you trust and talk. You have to get it off your chest, and you have to not be in that environment or around that person. That too. Plenty of victims besides. See, he said she had plenty of victims besides him. You see that? That's crazy. Nunya said, I knew Queen would talk about it eventually. Well, she has not talked about it yet. I mean, if y'all, I don't really call this talking about it. I just know that she said, I wonder. So it was on her mind. And then you go into the comments and you see how many people went through it. And it's just like, wow. I think the victims, and I don't even want to call them victims, these little special energies, someone to speak up for them. Okay? They need a platform. They need somebody to speak up for them. I'm here. Okay? Reach out. You want to talk? Reach out. missbarztv@gmail.com. Just reach out. You have to get it off your chest so that you can grow. Don't stay living in the past because you're only hurting yourself. You have to realize that we live moment to moment. And the more you practice living in the moment, the happier you will be. The past no longer exists, and the future is not here yet. So keep it in your mind that all you have is now, at this moment. What do I want to do? What's going to make me happy? And do that. But don't dwell on that shit that you can't change. Okay? The only thing you can do is make your future better. Seriously. I haven't talked about it. Thank you. Well, Ramsey, I'm glad that you are talking about it. Man, it's gonna make you feel better. Forgiving is the hardest thing to do, but it does help. Lovely J, it's about people's perception when they say forgiving is the hardest thing to do. It should be the easiest thing because you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for the person. You're doing it for you to have a brighter future. You're doing it for you to feel good right now, for you to let go of toxic energy. So when you look at it that way, it becomes easier. Okay? It's not being done for the other person at all. Um, it's on her heart. She touched on it. Exactly. See this? Exactly. This tweet right here is letting you know. So my thing is, when an accusation like that is being made, right? Something so big as that your mother's husband was molesting you, you would think someone would hurry up and make a video, letting us know, no, that's not true. He was nice to me, or however he was to her. But she didn't. She dodged the question. We never seen anything. Like, she dodged the question. And I'm like, if it was me, I wouldn't dodge it. I'd get right on camera and put these people in their place. But that has never been done. So you said she's still protecting Reeva. Well, I don't know. Like, if that is the case, you cannot protect someone who clearly says she's good friends with the person who did it. Okay? So that's not cool, man. That's not good. And if that is true, once again, if I said if it's true, Queen will not be able to heal if her mother is good friends with the person who did that to her. So yeah, if she cares enough to do a video, about that, it would be really, really good to help a lot of young girls. And even if she wanted to just touch on the subject and say whatever she feels about it, but just to dodge something like that, that's not good, man. Kayla says, so y'all think it was Tina and Terrell daddy? That's why my question I asked y'all was, how many times has she been married? Because her friends were saying, her ex best friends were saying her stepdaddy, okay, the person her mom was married to. It happened to me. Hold on, it happens. Trust me. That's why she stays away from her mom. Ashley says she lied and said it's a lie when her friends put it out. Again, if she do a video and put it out there, if it was true or false, and what the real story is, then that would be great for her and the young girls and young men that follow her. The young girls and young boys or the teenagers, even some adults. She will be helping so many people because whether she wants to be or not, she is a role model for a lot of people. Okay? So she got like the perfect platform for something like this. Now, if she wants to protect her mom, that's her protecting her mom. There's nothing we can do about that. It's just a suggestion that will help her in her future. It will help her to have closure and you know what I mean? And not just her, just anybody who's going through something like that and still suffering from it. Nunya is saying, unfortunately, she's protecting her mother. Well, you again, listen, that's beyond me right there. Black homes, we don't speak on it. Ramsey, that's exactly what I just said. I could speak on the black community because that's what I know of. And in a lot of those homes, the parents don't make it easy for children to come to them and talk to them about anything because they're so goddamn mean. They want to curse, put their hands on you, call you names as if you did not come out of their body. You guys, like the parents who do that, you need to stop, man. Seriously. Be gentle, be kind. That is your baby. That is your child. That is 23 chromosomes of you and 23 chromosomes of the father. Whether you like that father or not, you still laid down and got pregnant and had the baby. So you had plenty of options along the way, but you had the baby. So don't treat them like that. Make them feel comfortable enough to come to you. Um, KD said just because she lied, hold on, y'all. Katie said, just because she lied doesn't mean it's not true. I feel she's protecting someone. Well, that's another thing. Yes, people lie in these situations because they don't want people looking at them a certain way. And they also know it's a big story. There are parts, like a lot of parts to the story, and people are going to want to know, why didn't this person protect you? Why didn't this? Why didn't that? And where was this person when it was going on? What did they say when you told them? So it's not like you're just coming out. So I do understand she would have to break it down and somebody might get hurt in the process. But just remember this, Queen, if you come across this video, the more you protect someone else, the more you hurt yourself. There is going to come a day where your body is like, your spirit is going to force you to tell the story if it's true. Because I'm not on here to, say that somebody did something, y'all. I'm on here to talk to the people who have been I don't want to use victim again, but the people who have been hurt by someone that was supposed to be trusted, and if this story right here is true, okay? Because I watched her mom video, I watched the whole video, and that forgiving part again comes from being a Christian, and that's the difference between being spiritual and being religious. I can I can forgive somebody, but I'll never be your damn friend. If you hurt my child, you better believe you be lucky to still have your life. I'm not gonna be your mother. I'm not gonna be your friend. Hell no. Let alone a good friend. Okay? So this story is an example of what goes on. Really. Um, Facts. My mom rushed to my aid when it happened. That Ramsey, that's love. That's love right there. That's love. And a lot of people don't have that. And they're again still suffering. What's the oldest person that let me see. The oldest person I spoke to that went through something as a child was 65, like 60 something years old. And I had to help her with choosing her thoughts and asking her why does she feel that she deserves to be mentally abused by herself. By herself. You're mentally abusing yourself by giving your energy to these thoughts. You need to meditate. You need to heal yourself. And you have to forgive the person for yourself. If you walk around with that hate in your heart, it's going to drag you down in life. You know, people get older and they say, I hate that person. They did this when I was little. But it makes your spirit feel a certain way. It's not pure. It's not happy. You know, you can't really have genuine happiness when you have such hate in your heart because someone did something. Like, do it for yourself. I was in a wow. Thank y'all so much for opening up and talking. Religion stops help. Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, it protects the goddamn pedophile or molester most of the time. What? Do y'all see what these priests be doing to these little boys and stuff like that? And the reason behind why they do it is ooh. But they're quick to be the first ones to call somebody demonic, right? Uh-uh. She wasn't ready, especially coming from someone who wasn't talking, let me see, talking to. She was shook. I work in a nursing home, try to help them. There's a wow. Ramsey, yeah. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Exactly. Now Reva want to be sanctified. Well, you know, when people been through a lot in their life, which you know what? Let me say this. As I was watching her video, you should see the faces that she's making, Ms.Reeva. She's making these very disgusted faces too as she talks about their past. She said, because if I didn't forgive him, ugh, like if I was when I look at him, like she know he was terrible. I just don't know how far he went. You know what I mean? Like he would never be a good friend of mine. If you can make them kind of faces and them type of gestures, and just go watch her video and see what I'm talking about. Please try not to write any negative comments under it. Like try to keep it to yourself. You know, if you want to watch the video to get a better understanding, that would be good. But I don't want to be this person sending somebody to her platform. I'm just on my own platform speaking what's on my heart from what I've seen. You see what I mean? So if y'all go watch it, please don't go at her in the comments and drag her and all that. Please don't do that. Your thoughts below. Black women need to stop letting their little girls sit on men's laps. Ramsey, not only do they need to stop letting their little girls sit on men's laps, they need to stop letting their little boys sit on men's laps. They need to stop letting their boyfriend kiss their babies in the mouth, kiss their children in the mouth. Like they just, I don't know, man. I don't know where these people come from, but I see a lot going on, and I know I can't help everybody, but it's good to speak out on these things because you might reach somebody. I wouldn't care if it reached one person and they made a major change in their life on the way that they take care of their children, the way they guard them. As long as it's helping somebody. Because these women nowadays, they trust everybody. They let their new boyfriends watch their kids while they go out or go to the store, and shit be happening and they don't know till they get older why. What I just tell y'all? Because their child is afraid of them, afraid they're going to get cursed out, hit on, or not believed. Ramsey said, I just started hugging when I hit 19, 20, 25 now. Wow, yeah, you see that? It stops your growth. And do y'all now understand why you have to let go of those thoughts? Do y'all now understand that? It's going to stop your growth. The minute you seriously and truly let it go, you will start having you'll have happier thoughts. I'm telling you, you'll have happier thoughts. And that's with anything that's toxic. My mom wasn't allowed to hold me. What? Now I hug people I love. That's great. That's great. It's nice to see your growth. It is. I seen it on Facebook. Two stepfathers being a little too friendly with their stepdaughters. That's how it is, man. It's a channel that I watch. I ain't gonna put them out there, but they have a stepfather, and he does too much in my opinion. He's even if he was their father, he just do too much. But he's not their father. You see that? Like women really trust people just because they love them. Do you do you realize that once you love a pedophile, that's his way in? That is his way in. Once he get you, he got your kids. So watch out for these men who are overly charming. You know how y'all can see it. Y'all can see it. If they overly charming and just trying to be real extra about everything about your kids and keep asking extra questions about your children, watch that shit. Cause ain't no grown man out here. Like he'll try to get to know you and your kids, but I don't see no grown man just keep asking about somebody's kids or buying them too many gifts and he doesn't even know them like that. Stuff like that. Watch out for it. I saw a story on Facebook. A uncle was trying to smash his niece. Oh yeah, I saw that. He actually got her pregnant and then made her abort. I think he beat her like for her to lose the baby. It's a lot of crazy shit out here, okay? Sometimes I think they only just trust the men. Some parents, hold up, honestly don't care what happens to their kids. That's true. Some parents don't care what happened to their kids because their mindset. No one cared what happened to them, so they don't care about their what happens to their kids. Everybody don't have that strength and wisdom, and everybody's not smart. Like they're, oh my god, that's terrible, man. A person can only give you what they have. And I want y'all to remember that. For all the people who hate their parents, which I meet a lot of people who hate their parents, especially their mother, I want you to know a person cannot give you what they don't have. It doesn't matter how many times you sit back and think about how your mother should have been or how your father should have been, could have been, would have been. Nope, they didn't have it. They only gave you what they had. If they sat around and drank all the time and curse and just do all the stuff that you don't like and put and hit you and everything, go and look at how their parents raised them, and it's going to give you a clear answer of why they are that way. Do the history on their relationship with their parents. As a matter of fact, if y'all meet anybody new, always also ask them, are your parents still together? And if they are broken up, ask them, how did they break up? And if he say his father was an alcoholic and this, that, and the third, look into his habits. Like y'all gotta really care. Like y'all gotta really care about these people y'all coming in contact with for real. Um, Let me see. You can't trust nobody around your kids. The thing is, you should be able to trust people around your kids when you say nobody, but you should be able to because you gotta pick these people as if you got to pick them as if you want to trust them around your children. You have to okay, listen, y'all, you got to get to know a person before you even introduce them to your children. And when I say get to know, I mean get to know. Ask them deep questions, stuff that people don't normally ask. The problem with the black community is because they want to know if do you drink, do you smoke, you go out, like what you do. That's not good questions. Find out what's in their background. Find out a lot of people are foster children. Find out because once they tell you they're a foster child, they have a lot of other things to tell you that happened to them in that system. Cause to me that system don't care about children. I know a girl who was taken from her mother, put in foster care, and molested in foster care. Come to find out, the man's background said that he raped two girls. So they didn't run his background or anything, but they put that little girl in his home. What kind of shit? Oh, okay. So her mother ended up suing the state, getting money for when she gets older and everything. But money is not going to fix that problem. Money is not going to fix the psychological issues she now has, the trust issues and everything. Man, I held a grudge against my mom for a while. Only because I got older, my mom dated a lot of different men. See that, Ramsey? And she could only do what she knew how to do, and she could only give you what she had. And that's not an excuse, that's facts. So when you look at it in that way, it's like your best choice is to do, like, be the best person you can, and don't ever make those mistakes. Like, don't ever do, I'm pretty sure you're not, but that's for anybody. Your parents doing something that you find horrible, don't do it. Look at it as I'm going to do the opposite of that. Okay? They are pedos. Don't let me see. These pedos don't have a history. They're just they're just sick minded. Some of them do. When you run a background, if they got locked up for it, it will be in there. Like that man raping two other girls, but you put that young you put that young girl in his house and he molested her. That's wild. You took her from her mother to give her to a monster. Wow. But yeah, y'all got a lot of stories in here. Wow, when Reeva moved to Georgia on Queen's money, the stepdad cleared what? The stepdad cleared out left. Remember that? I remember somebody. Excuse me. I need some herbal tea. I remember somebody telling me about it, but I didn't get all into it. They was like, "Why is he moving out now?" They was like trying to say Queen gave her a ultimatum, but I didn't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they told me. They was like she had a choice to either be able to move into a nice house and all this stuff, or stay with the stepdad. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Some never get caught. That's true. One lived across from me. Wow. Yeah, you can go online and see where these pedophiles live at. They got like an app or a website, and it'll show you where they live at close to you, so you know to watch your kids. Like they can't roam around, but you know you'll know where their homes are. They have to be posted on that website. I am glad that Queen's baby CJ is with Chris right now while she travels, because he doesn't need to be around all those different people, because anything can happen. She knows he's safe with his dad. That's what Annette Jones said. Let's see, y'all got so much stuff that y'all wrote in here. My goodness. Um, I wasn't aware pedos come in different ages. Wow, yes. All right, so I post some of the stories, y'all. Like when people allow me to post them anonymously after our session, I'll post it on the community. When you just said that, some of them are teenagers because they were molested when they was little. So as they're growing up, they don't see it as a bad thing. Some of them see it as a part of love. Some of them see it as somebody did this to me, so I'm gonna do it to somebody else. Like y'all really gotta talk to y'all children, and a lot of this shit can be avoided. You have to be in your child's life to the point where they are comfortable coming to you with anything, good and bad. So that please correct that. There is it's respect. They should respect you, not be afraid to the point they can't come to you. You see? Um so I'm about to wrap this up. Wait, let me see. I genuinely used to hate my mother for never letting me spend the night unless she really knew the parents, but I know why now. Your name is Shanira. That's how my mother was. And I used to hate that shit too, but I understand now. Yes, she would tell me that my friends could spend the night at my house, but I couldn't spend the night at theirs because she don't know who coming in and out of there. So she would get on the phone, talk to, my friend mother, set it up, and they would be able to spend the night on the weekend because she knew nobody wasn't running in and out of our house. So yeah, sometimes we don't understand the protection. We don't understand certain things till we get older, and then we really respect it. Kids are not safe around other kids. That's why sleepovers are risky. That's true as well. You have to really be watching them. And they're only mimicking what they see their parents do or what they sneak and look at on these devices. You know what's crazy, y'all? Now that you say that, what's crazy? Um, why is it that if a child wants to watch something on YouTube that's considered to be adult, they have to sign in to watch it, right? But if they go to Pornhub, it allows them instant access. I don't like that shit. Like, you see how it's all set up? You really have to monitor little kids to know what's going on in their little minds. Nowadays, 7-year-olds know a whole lot. They know they know what a teenager knows. That's some scary stuff. That is some scary stuff, man. Why are they able to go into Pornhub without putting their birth date, their age, and getting a confirmation email where they got to hit a link to get back in there? You feel what I'm saying? It's too easy to access it. Too easy. Man, like, don't nobody be caring about kids. That's why it's our job to make sure their minds are pure as possible. Because this world, man, even when you download the YouTube Kids app, the kids don't even like that shit. They say it's for babies. You know, the one that don't let them see it only lets them see kid stuff. They don't even my niece don't like it. Let me tell you how slick this little 7-year-old is. And she did this when she was 6 years old. My mom uninstalled YouTube and put YouTube Kids on her iPad. Why did she go to the Google bar and type in youtube.com and watch it that way? Why the fuck is she that smart? Why is she so advanced? Oh my God. Don't let these kids play you either, acting like they don't know information on certain subjects, because they do. They just ain't got it. They ain't got it, but they know. That's a shame. It really is. I don't trust my 4-year-old sister around my 1-year-old. She fed her a bowl of fluoride-free toothpaste the other day and what? Cut out one of her braids last night. Now she got a patch right in the front. What the? Oh my goodness. Whoa. All right, yeah. So y'all, yeah. So you gotta watch the kids, and you write about the sleepovers. Actually, if you want to get into it, the sleepovers were way worse if you go back in the day, because parents had a habit of going in. I'm gonna just use the kitchen for an example. They be in there partying, laughing, drinking, smoking, whatever they doing. Where are the kids? Go upstairs and play. Go upstairs and play. What are the kids playing? House. Who's the mom? Who's the dad? Who's going to be the baby? Like, what? Go upstairs and play? It would always be kids get out of a parent's, like, get out of adults' faces and stuff like that. That's crazy, man. When you think back on it, how much time kids spent in a room while adults were doing their thing, how kids had so much freedom to be fresh. That's what I call it, fresh. They called it freaking, climbing on top of the other person and just rubbing up and down. Not doing nothing for real, but they thought they were. Man, please. The 80s, the 90s. I don't know anything beyond that, but I'm just saying, like, well, yes, I do, because kids at one point were not able to speak unless they were spoken to. So when are children going to really get the respect that they're supposed to have? When? Who going to speak up for them? I'm going to speak up for them. Respect your children. You want respect in return, but you don't give them respect. Why do you think it's possible for a child to grow up and call their mom a bitch? Why? I listen, I don't even curse around my mom and I'm grown. My kids don't curse around me. You see how that works? What? My mom wasn't cursing me out growing up. And I'm not saying that it make me better than anybody. It just teaches me that it's optional and it can be done. You see what I'm saying? It teaches me that it can be done. You can communicate with your kids. My mom would tell me if I put my hand on you, it's gonna hurt me more. And I understand that because you hurting your kids' little fragile bones because you're mad right now and you don't know how to express yourself. You don't know how to use your energies, so you just hit on your kid. And also, do you know how many kids get hit? They get hurt because the mom is taking out more frustration on them than she has to. She's beating them because she's mad at her boyfriend. They may have broke something or knocked over a glass and it broke. You beating that child a little too hard. You see what I mean? Like, you're taking out more than what you think you are. So yeah, people need to get it together when it comes to these children, man. They are little sponges. They are little you. That's you running around. You disrespect yourself and then expect to get respect in return. Don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Don't work like that at all. I hate hearing I look like my mom and got a body like her. Well, Ramsey, I mean, I could dig that. You can also change that. You know what I'm saying? You can work out or even just change your eating habits because when you eat like you're supposed to, your body tones itself. You don't even have to go to the gym. Your body literally tones itself when you're doing the right thing. But yeah, you can change that for sure. But I understand what you're saying. If it's a person who hurt you or that you don't have much respect for, you don't want to hear that. So before I go, I also want to say something else to y'all, and this is really important, extremely important. Whatever your name is, whatever your name was when you got hurt, when you was either molested or abused, verbally abused, assaulted, whatever happened to you, the name that you were being called has that bad energy attached to it. So look into changing your name. Find a beautiful name that fits you and change your name. Because when a name is called, there's an energy attached to that name. You see what I mean? Like right now, if I say R. Kelly, what pops up in y'all mind? Pissing on little girls, good music, and pedophile. That's what pops in your mind. If I say Wendy Williams, oh, a gossip queen that looked like that, I'm telling you. If I say Michael Jackson, you get a whole bunch of thoughts. Your name has an energy attached to it, and for you to heal properly, it will probably be good for you to leave everything in the past and change your name. You could start off by just telling people what you want to be called and see if it has a ring to it, see if you really like it, and then change it legally if you want to. But don't get called that name that has abuse, hurt, and pain tied to it. So that's my advice on that. Let it all go and become who you truly want to be without any of that attached to you. Brianna said that's a big change. And again, it goes by your perception. If you look at it as a big change, then it's a big change. If you look at it as, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. I'm going to agree with you on that. It's another way to look at it, but I'm going to stay right where you are right now and agree with you. It's a big change because the people around you, they have to respect you enough to call you the name that you choose. If they don't, a lot of times we end up having to cut people off or limit talking to them because they refuse to understand why you did it. You have to let them know, oh, that name has pain tied to it. It has a lot of, what happened to me as a child, and I don't want to be called that anymore. That's not who I am. If you explain it so simple and so powerful like that and they don't respect it, you may find yourself talking to them less and less because they don't respect you. You see? So, yeah, you can do research on the name, make sure it fits you, make sure it's nice and beautiful like you are, and go ahead and have people call you that. You start off by changing it on social media. People will start calling you that. I'm telling you. That's just the way life is. They see that name, they're gonna hit that at sign, and your name come right up, and next thing you know, people get so used to it. It's easier to change your name online, of course, but just watch those energies around you who respect you enough and understand where you coming from to call you that in your real life, because they really love you. They don't want you to be called by a name that has hurt and pain, you know, and disrespect and whatever else tied to it. Leave it all behind. Leave that identity behind and become who you want to be and who you truly are. Boss Breed TV said, I never thought of it like that. See, we just here to spark each other's minds, give a different perspective, perception on different things. You see things a different way so that we can all be happier. But yeah, energy and that name would have to go. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, anything you guys would like to say before I go? Please do not forget that I have spirit sessions that are amazing. If you need to, your spirit lifted and you want to learn more about yourself, I have those knowledge of self teachings, which I love doing. So, hit my DM on Spirit Room TV on Instagram or either missbarztv at gmail.com so that we can, get the healing. Get the healing. We ain't gonna be holding on to no past BS. It's time to heal that spirit, okay? Heal it. Well, Moni, you can watch it back. I'm gonna leave it up so you can watch it back. So do I have bars? Absolutely, Brianna. Absolutely, I got bars. What? You're so right. Kind of like, okay, okay, okay. So I'm not gonna go all. It's a lot of a lot of comments on here. You be on it, bars. Keep up the great work. Nunya, thank you. Thank you. I haven't disrespected anybody in this video. I haven't accused anybody in this video or anything. I just had a question for Ms.Reeva, a question for Queen Naija. Queen to open up about it, not, her mother. But if Queen was to decide to tell us what happened or didn't happen, that would be great. We can put it all to bed. As a matter of, yeah. I'm not going to delete the video if she does, because I think people need to really hear what I said in this video. But yeah, she will help a lot of people if this is true, and she'll be able to. She has that platform. So we'll just see what happens. Is it true or not? Is it true or not? Hold on, I didn't even know that I had something on my screen. My bad. All that time. So yeah. Good night, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. I hope y'all had the best night. And of course, I'm going to see y'all on my next video. I care about whoever. I care about y'all, man. I think y'all can tell by now. Whoever had a session with me know that I care more about people than money. I care more about healing. I'm a healer. That's what I do. So reach out if you need me, okay? And yeah. I'll see y'all next time. Let's get it.